Ask Reddit. What is a dirty little or big secret about an industry that you have worked in that people outside the industry really ought to know? Starbucks corporate makes us have those recycling bins in the lobby to present this green image, but most of the time all of the garbage ends up going to the dump anyway because the facility doesn't have recycling. The only place I ever worked that actually sent shit to get recycled is when I had a temp job at a community college. At stores, that magical back room where you can just go and pick up anything is actually a huge mess where things go missing all the time. If the system tells me I have one of something in stock, there's a good chance I'm giving up looking after a couple minutes because I don't believe it's accurate. Almost everyone in the TV and film industry is winging it. I know. I have Netflix. Businesses offer rebates rather than cash discounts because they know the odds of you going to the trouble of mailing in a rebate coupon are minimal. Then they don't pay the first time because they know the odds of you complaining about it are infinitesimal, but they usually will pay off if you complain. They underestimate how stubborn I am. Half of technical support going on in the background of major platforms is convincing the developers to care about the issue enough to fix it. Also, every platform that interacts in any way with Facebook hates Facebook. It's so ducking broken. I work as a developer. Half of my time is spent trying to get the business to care about problems affecting customers. I know this is not true of all developers, but I know it's true of many of the teams I have worked on. We know that something is broken and unusable way before you do 99% of the time, but businesses, and product owners especially, just want to look at profit margins and the next big feature and are so uninterested in whatever the hell we're whining about. What I'm saying is, unless you call our support teams to bitch and moan about our broken code, we will literally never be given the time to fix said broken code. Also, I have worked for companies that have known about system breaking bugs for years and have actively told me not to fix it because it was the customer's fault for not using it correctly. They literally charge the company every time they use our system wrong, which makes us have to look into the reason it blew up and fix some data on the backend and rerun a few things, which we have automated. Do you know how stupid this sounds to me? Instead of fixing the actual problem, we have automated the fix for when things go wrong. The customer is literally paying us a lot of money to click a button every time they get some XML wrong. I work with kids at a daycare and we see babies take their first steps sometimes, but we never tell the parents because we don't want them to feel bad about missing it. My kid got potty trained at preschool. I don't care what the hell else happened there. They potty trained my kid. The official policy for customer dissatisfaction at a particular Canadian coffee franchise I worked at was, offer them free stuff until they stop complaining. Dude, that's most customer service nowadays. No one wants to spend the time or money dealing and paying a customer service rep to handle an irate customer. Just get them to shut up and keep moving so they can serve more people. The amount of toilet paper, random items, and bills used as bookmarks that are left in returned library books. I recently found my social security card in one of my Harry Potter books. The SSC I lost years ago and had to jump through hoops to replace because I had also lost my birth certificate in order to get my passport that I had to rush for an extra $300 because getting SSC and BC took so long. So yeah, I believe I put it there because I knew I would never get rid of the book, so it would be safe. I smart. Terrible and illegal things go on in every strip club. Owners only hire people for upper management who they have trusted for years because they all know this. When renting a storage unit, you do not need to get the insurance they offer. Even if they say it's mandatory, it's illegal to force you to get insurance. Also, the rent will increase yearly, forever. Edit. For those asking, I'm in CA. Rules are different state to state. This comment wasn't about how the insurance offered is a scam or how your homeowner's insurance is far superior. From my experience, any type of homeowners or renters insurance that people use for storage ends up screwing them. I just wanted people to be aware of the choices they have. Most subscription services will raise their prices over time because they expect you to just suck it up. This applies to phone bills, cable packages, internet service, insurance plans. Call up, politely complain about the price. Skip the canned well the price has gone up because inflation, rising costs, age, end of promotion, and continue to politely say it's too much. Your budget can't handle all your outgoings and you may need to drop service. Either you are speaking to someone who can reduce the price, or they can put you through to a person authorized to reduce the price. Being polite is key to this though, as you don't want to be stonewalled by a jaded agent or otherwise sent into a transfer loop to nowhere useful. Unable to afford the service, found a cheaper deal with a competitor, or questioning what you're really getting for the service works wonders. Demands. Declarations of long-term loyalty. Read exactly the reason the company can raise the price on you, and disregard for those handling your call will serve to waste your time. Special bonus. If at first you don't succeed, call back tomorrow. Chances are you will get a different agent who may have a different approach. There ain't a company of any great size where everyone in customer service will give exactly the same response and assistance. Funeral homes are businesses, and funeral directors will absolutely take advantage of grieving people. The most offensive to me are the cremation boxes. They're literally just big cardboard boxes, and should cost less than $100. But they also make really expensive boxes, and directors will say things like grandma would be more comfortable in this. No, she won't, because she's dead. Some of these boxes reach $1,000, and of course are all just burned. Directors will say things like grandma would be more comfortable in this. If I really cared about grandma's comfort, do you think I'd be lighting her on fire? Well, she was always complaining about the cold. When I was 24, my partner of a year died after being in an accident. I was almost crazy with grief. His mother and I go to funeral home to pick out a casket. The funeral director says, "We have this perfectly good casket for," I'm making up prices, "it's been over 25 years and I've forgotten exactly, $1,000. Of course we do have the deluxe. It's $2,500. The first one is fine. It's just not waterproof. I've forgotten the price, but that last sentence is burned into my soul. I'm burying the love of my life, who died in my arms after 3 agonizing months in a coma, and you want me to have the image of rain soaking into his coffin so you can make some money?" I just lost my mind right there. To me this was just a creepy way of guilt tripping us into spending too much. Not at all subtle. The thing was, my partner would have hated this tactic and I knew it. I told his mom that and she knew it too, but went with the higher priced one. Because damn it, we were burying someone we loved and thinking about that ducking water. That's just the cruelest thing to do. A used car is priced based on what it will sell for, but the margin is calculated by how deep they are into it. So if a car was just traded in, and they haven't detailed it or advertised it yet, you can pay thousands less if you ask. And so car dealerships have reward systems based on numbers for the salesman and the dealer and management, so if you are there at the end of the month you can sometimes get a screaming good deal, because even at zero profit, the sale bumps them up to a big bonus. Can confirm, had this happen at a dealer. Timing was just dumb luck on our part, but it was worth it. Mobile homes are cheaply made and mass produced by people making $9 an hour and don't give a shit if it's up to code or safe. Hundreds of people in a factory with little supervision, and the main goal is to get as many made as possible, with little care to protocol, codes and fire stopping. I got hired as a HUD admin, ended up doing inspections so we could stop getting fined by the fire marshal, and the amount of crap that is overlooked and not cared about is infuriating. ETA, mobile homes as in manufactured homes, single wides, double wides, etc. Anywhere from $50K up to $150K at this particular factory. It's hard for the employees to care when the plant manager doesn't. The more that roll out, the more money he makes. His idea was to roll as many out as possible, take a huge bonus, let the company eat the fines when the fire marshal caught something. They don't check every home, and if you got a house with the furnace not fire stopped, oh well. I don't know that this is a secret, but flight attendants and pilots don't get paid while boarding, deplaning, and delays. So when you're delayed and angry, so are we. We're not making money and still have to be there. At a hospital, the straight cash price discount for men in outpatient tests, MRI, CT, X-ray, ultrasound, labs, etc., can often be cheaper than using insurance and dealing with deductibles, co-pays, co-insurance, and on and on. I've seen test billed for thousands of dollars to insurance cost a cash paying patient less than $400. It's insane.